Hello and welcome to You Fucked Up. In today's video, we're going to explore the basics of the principles of our project, which is You Fucked Up. With a type 1 diabetic, there's an extra layer of sensitivity you might not be having when it comes to understanding this under-acknowledged, misunderstood, invisible illness. 1 in 500 people are type 1 diabetic, meaning there's some in your community, but it's not like there's a whole lot. And because of the massive percentage of people in the country or the world who are type 2 diabetics, depending on your research, a third of people are going to be type 2 diabetic in their life? We often think that we can use ideas having to do with diabetes without understanding the difference. But the things that you say to a type 2 diabetic can be very offensive for the type 1 diabetic. There's no treatment for type 1 diabetes except for insulin. Unless you're talking about a newly diagnosed type 1 diabetic patient who was in their honeymoon period, there's not a single case of type 1 diabetes ever being cured. Not one. And because of the work involved with managing your blood sugar levels with insulin, it could in general be seen that type 1 diabetics have to do a ton of work just to get through the day. Some are really good at this. Some of them it's like a hard day every day. Some, even though they're good with it, they make, it's statistically improbable, given the mathematics involved of calculating insulin dosage, that you would never make mistakes. I won't really call them mistakes, but it's like, you're going to have accidental highs. You're going to have accidental lows. No one's going to be perfect. You go through all this work, and then someone tells you, has the gall to tell you, who knows nothing, doesn't even know what type 1 diabetes is. Have you tried cinnamon? Or, my grandmother had diabetes, so I really know a lot about what you're going through. Type 2 diabetes? Your grandmother was type 1. That would really just engage my heart if your grandmother was type 1 diabetic. I would love to hear their story, because that was a very different era with type 1 diabetes, even 30 years ago. And that's wild. Imagine she's a hero. I imagine she's been through it, to a type 1 diabetic grandmother. Shit, tell me more. Let me grab the popcorn. I want to hear that story. But type 2 diabetes is far less relevant to type 1 than you'd imagine. So, based on the way you slipped up, the following videos are categories to learn more so you don't offend, piss off, and frustrate your already busy enough with their blood sugar management type 1 diabetic friends and loved ones. If you fucked up, hopefully the learning strategies will be here. Will be useful here in making sure you don't make the same slip up again. I'm using the best of science to create these, which is memes created by type 1 diabetes groups and Facebook posts and comments of the experience of other type 1 diabetics who are dealing with this shit all the time. Literally, it's every day you see a post. Can you believe this person said this to me? My gastrointestinal, my other doctor said to me, how can you be type 1 diabetic? You were 30. You're in your 40s. How could you be? No, you're type 2. It's like, how, the person's a doctor. How could they be saying this? Like, I got told by a holistic person that I need to do Reiki and it's going to cure my type 1 diabetes. Is that true? It's like, how could we? They don't even know what type 1 diabetes is. It's like telling someone to regrow a limb, and so vaguely we can be insensitive here. I don't want you, I'm here to help you. With each lesson you'll get a little certificate of understanding here. If you can follow the instructions at the end of each lesson, it'll really help you with your friends and loved ones who are type 1 diabetics. So I hope you enjoy these videos. They're meant to be fun, meant to be making fun of anybody, and I'm not a scientific authority. Again, I'm referencing the experience based on the community of type 1 diabetics I have access to in the internet world. So Don't use these videos for medical information, please.